What's your plan then, Olaf? Let's see it. Attack the NPC that doesn't fight back. This is what we're up against. This is what we lost our kingdom to. Greetings to you all, and welcome to Advance Wars. This is a turn-based strategy game. Quite a famous one, quite well renowned, and it recently had a re-release, which we will not be touching because the original game is far superior. So welcome. We're going to be working our way through the campaign of this, the original Advance Wars for the Game Boy Advance. Glitched out kind of terribly there, but we'll just ignore that, and we'll play on. This is Nell. She will advise us. And she will very politely ask us for our name, which we shall abbreviate. Thank you, Nell. CO is short for Commanding Officer. They will never tell you this. I don't need your tutorials, get out of here, I'll explain. But CO is Commanding Officer. And they would just say CO all the time and you'll be left confused. But it's okay, I'm here to help you out. No. No. No! Stop it, Nell. I know how to play this game, trust me. I've played it enough. Way more than I should. You're going to force me to do the final mission of the tutorial. You're going to force me. Fine, teach me, Nell. Teach me. If that's the way you want it to be, then teach me. Finally, we've arrived. Finally. After all of that practice. We are finally ready for the 13th tutorial mission. But welcome, this is Advance Wars. It's a grid-based, turn-based strategy game. It's fantastic. It has units, it has bases, sometimes, not always. It has vision ranges, very rarely, but it does in this. Don't get too used to this tutorial. This is atypical. Yes, Nell. I understand. Vision and fog of war. It's okay. What Nell is telling me here is that you can't see where it's dark. She's just taking a few too many text boxes to tell me that. Yes, let's try and capture it. Sure, let's charge at it. Perfect. No worries. Good grief. Turns out the city was actually blue and not grey. What could that mean? I'd rather not, but alright, since you insist. Tutorial lady. I'm gonna go stand on this mountain. Fantastic. I always like this mechanic. So, vision in this game, every unit has its own vision radius that it can see around itself. Special ability of infantry, if they stand on mountains, they can see for miles. Makes sense. Special ability of forests and shoals. Reefs. My mistake. Thank you, Nell. Always there to correct me. Forests and reefs. You can't see into them unless you are stood adjacent to them, and you can be stood next to them with anything. I will explain more in depth what each of the units do as we unlock them throughout the campaign itself. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to do what it tells me. Good lord, there's a rocket here. If I had entered that forest, I would have been stuck, unable to do anything. But now that I've strategically ended my turn next to it, I'm in exactly the same position as if I'd bumped into it. Yes, alright now, out of my way. My army need me. Right, thank you. So this is how Advance Wars work. You put your unit next to another unit, you click fire, and boom! Look at that. Now that unit's not firing back because it's artillery. You're also going to see more non-return fire. Look at this. Beautiful. But this is it. This is the crux of the game. We have infantry units that can capture buildings. You'll see that. We have vehicles, primarily used for direct confrontations, like such. All different levels of tank. We've got some light tanks, medium tanks. I'm going to shoot this, even though it's not a great fight. You'll finally get to see some fighting back from the enemy. There you go. If two units engage each other and both of them are able to actually fight, then they will return fire. What else do I have? APC. There's no base on this tutorial stage, so we'll save that explanation for later. I will be capturing throughout this mission, but don't worry about that. We'll explain it later. All of the supply stuff doesn't matter either. If the blue units explode, then that's good. Alternatively, you'll see what happens when we attack infantry. They don't explode. They do something far, far better. Look forward to that. Get captured. What does that do? Never you mind. Probably put it on the road, actually. At this exact moment in time, I am playing as Nell, and I am playing against this old bearded man. Actually, it's not that old. There's nothing in this, right? No, okay. Just had to check. Those are the dangers of fog of war, you see. I've learnt from the tutorial. I genuinely did not realise I'd have to play through the final mission of the tutorial before I started the campaign. I thought you could skip it all. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, alright? It's thrown me off. So on the plus side, you're going to see it soon. We are going to be attacking infantry. Watch what happens as I kill them. I'll remind you, they don't explode. What do? Do they fall over? No, no, no. They go flying. I love it. This is a happy cartoony game, okay? People don't die. I mean, I guess the people in the tanks die because they full on explode. But infantry, they go flying. They just get pinged off the map. Never to be seen again. Love it. This game's so fun. It's got such a charm to it, this game. It's also deeply strategic. I won't go so far as to say it's well balanced, that's a bit of a stretch, but it's very fun. I probably shouldn't have bum rushed in here with my tanks without checking the area first. Actually, it might cause me to take some losses. You really have to sit there, man. That's not nice. Now I'm going to have to politely ask you to move. There we go. They're fine, don't worry about them. I just displaced them a bit. Right. It's in there, isn't it? And I was also shelled from a rocket, which is going to be in the bottom right. Don't know which tree. Found it. Alright, next turn, next turn. I don't need any of those other units. It's the tutorial, alright. I'm not here for efficiency. I'm here to get through this unexpected hurdle. Yes, yes, very good. Fight to the bitter end. I'm proud of you. Now. Good, excuse me, I have places to be. Just dawned on me, I'm probably not going to kill him this turn. There's one remaining. It's okay, I've got this recon. It's not very powerful, it's more of a scout, but it will do the job against light artillery. There we go. Perfect. There's something hiding in the reef. Why? This can't possibly help you. This is a transport ship, by the way. It's called a lander. It has no weaponry whatsoever. It doesn't even have anything inside it. You can tell it doesn't have anything inside it by that little icon in the bottom left of the unit. Which we'll deal with that more later. But still, he just has a random transport ship with nothing in it. Just to teach me to look in the reefs. What a crafty swine. Now, go away. Oh, right, there's actually a storyline here. So, we are Orange Star. We are a country, a nation, a continent? In the second game, you get to see Orange Star on the map. It's pretty big. But regardless of what we are, we're a nation. You're welcome, Nell. I listened to every word you said. So, we are Orange Star, or we fight for Orange Star. The red team, not orange. Don't question it. We'll be playing mainly as Andy. Nell is our advisor. We are basically Andy. I mean, technically we are advisor art in block caps. But I would say Andy is the main character of the game. But yes, our lands got invaded by the blue people from Blue Moon. They're coloured blue because they have blue in their name and they're more sensible than us. And the tutorial missions were us taking back our homelands, but you know, they were tutorial missions, so there was nothing in it. Thank you for the promotion. Who knew it was so easy to advance through the ranks in the army? Grey Rat. What a fantastic rank. Thank you. I'm so proud. Kind of implies that there's over 90 people with ranks above me, but no, whatever. Now we start the game in earnest. Nell's happy. We can start the campaign at long last. Whew. Let's crack on. This is Orange Star territory. And we are fighting against Olaf, the commander, the captain, the chief of Blue Moon. So we have secured our capital city, our home base of operations and the tutorial missions. Now we gotta drive Blue Moon out of Orange Star. And Olaf here. He doesn't think I'm up to the task. Look, he's not even taking it seriously. He's relaxing. How dare he? Nell, leave us alone! You've got to learn to trust us. Andy, what's going on here? Why is she still advising us? Nell, I don't care. I will explain. It's okay. I am an advisor. I am a grey rat. Don't underestimate me. Enough text, woman. Yes, listen to me, not you. Oh, Andy. I tell you, you're going to be so glad to be away from that woman, trust me. So, welcome to level 1. There is no base in this stage. It's just a straight up fight. This is Blue's army. It's bigger than ours. This is our army. It's smaller than his. So what do we have at our disposal? Well, we have information on units. We'll never be looking at that again in our life. We have intel about the terms of the game. Terms of victory. And the terms of victory are, you must either eliminate all of the units or capture the enemy headquarters. Not sure what we'll be going for. We will mix it up probably. This is Andy. That's me. I have no real weaknesses, which means I have no real strengths. Fantastic. I have a super ability that lets me restore 2 HP to all of my units. I like mechanics. I don't like waking up early. We are playing against Olaf. He's strong in the snow, weak in the rain. Neither of those things are happening, so he's neutral. His superpower makes it snow. He likes warm boots. He hates rain clouds. Yes, we care about these kind of things when we're at war. This ability that I just did instinctively is called checking the range. So if I select a unit with the A button, then I can move my unit and such. But if you select a unit with the B button, you can see the unit's range. For an artillery, that's actually the range that it can fire. For a vehicle, like a tank, that's how far it can drive and then attack. Very important. You see what I'm doing here is I'm checking which areas are safe to attack this tank. I can position myself here, and neither of the artillery pieces will be able to shoot me. So, if I drive to here, and then fire upon this tank, I'm perfectly safe. Now, you might be thinking, well, won't the artillery just move and then shoot you? Yes and no. Whereas the tank can drive and fire on the same turn, artillery can't. It would be really imbalanced if they could, because they already have a ranged attack which is incredibly strong. That's their downside. They can move or fire. Only one action per turn. Whereas all other units can take 2 actions per turn. Infantry can take 2 actions as well. So that fight's probably under control. Gonna start this fight over here. Now, terrain does make a difference. You'll see towards the top of the screen, if you're quick, it's gone now, that there are a number of stars attributed to each unit in the battle. Those stars are based on terrain. Terrain gives you a defense bonus. I was going to say penalty, but that's not right. It gives you a defense bonus based on the type of terrain. Plains gives you 1. That's right. Grass gives you defense. It's so resistant to gunfire. It gives you a 10% defense bonus. Don't ask. And then obviously more elaborate defense systems like hiding in forests or scaling mountains gives you better defense. It's a turn-based game. I get to go first because I'm the player. Olaf has agreed to these terms. He's a very kind chap. Okay, so here's what we're observing. Because this is level 1, Olaf is essentially brain dead, and he will put his artillery point blank in front of my medium tank. Why anyone would ever do this? No idea. It's a terrible strategy. Don't do it. Do what I do, not what Olaf does. I'm not going to advance any further though, because I don't want to take unnecessary losses to the rocket. And I will wait for next turn, when this chap will be active again. Can't reach anything with this? That's fine. We shall just wait. This artillery can reach a target, so I'm going to do it, because why not? I don't want to move it this turn, so I may as well fire while I still can. You'll get a feel for which units are strong against which other units. We'll see some infantry combat now. So these are normal infantry, they have rifles and they're good against infantry and that's it. These are mechs. If mechs fight against infantry, they'll use rifles, same as these guys. If they fight against vehicles, they will use bazookas. So they can actually fight back against vehicles. Observe. The downside is that they are slower, because they have to lug bazookas around, and also they cost more when you get to a base level where you can build them. Let's talk about defense again for a second. Look at the top of the screen when I enter this battle. You'll see that both of us have 1 star on the defense. That is because planes give 1 defense. If you ever want to check how much defense something gives, you can mouse over it, and in the bottom right corner you'll see plane def 1, 1 defense. Forest gives you 2, mountain gives you 4, cities give you 3, and does river give 0? Yes, river gives 0, and roads give 0. Every point on that defense score system is worth 10%. So this is a 10% defense bonus, this is a 40% defense bonus. Always better to attack from the defensive position where possible. See, this is how I do a tutorial. I don't do it over 13 missions. Nell could learn a thing or two. Another huge point of this game is attacking first. First turn advantage is so important. Because the way this game works, and you may have seen it in that fight just then, but maybe I'll find a better example later on. Whoever initiates the attack, in a non-artillery case like this, where people are shooting at each other, whoever initiates the attack gets to go first. So if I tell these infantry to shoot these infantry, what will happen is they will kill about 5 of the enemy infantry. Okay? Then those 5 will be pinged off the map, and the 5 survivors, because each unit represents a squad of 10, the 5 survivors will fire back. Now we're both on the same terrain, so we're both going to take the same amount of damage. But what happens is my 10 units do 5 damage, he's left with 5 units, his 5 units attack me back and do about 2.5 damage. First attack advantage, it is massive. You think when you have big tanks, medium tanks they're called, if they can wipe out 80% of a unit, then the return fire is pathetically weak. So getting that first attack is so vital. I mean, here's a more obvious example. I killed them. They don't get to fight back at all. I'm going to try and keep that guy alive, because I'm going to get my superpower at some point that heals everyone for 2, and I might be able to get them back in the fight. Okay, we obviously fire this thing, because I'm not going to just move it into danger for no apparent reason, but when it can kill a bunch of these guys. I should explain what these are. These are anti-airs. Why Olaf would field so many anti-airs against my entirely ground-based army, I don't know. But anti-airs are pretty decent against infantry and lightly armoured vehicles, not very good against tanks. So they're not completely useless. That's enough. So I try not to take unnecessary damage to the rockets that can attack from far away. But now that I've damaged them so heavily, I don't care if they shoot at me, because it's going to be so weak. Anti-airs do not stand up to medium tanks. As I said, you'll get a feel for what can and can't fight against what. I can't sit here and just explain all of the matchups, I will be here all day. My recon will die from this, but I don't care, because it's a recon and they're useless. The special ability of recons is that they can see really far in Fog of War. So if you're playing a map that doesn't have Fog of War, they're not very good. They're okay. They can kill infantry. but they're not great. CO music in this game is fantastic, let me tell you that. Whenever you activate your superpower, which is what just happened, Olaf made it snow. That's his superpower. You get incredible jingles. They don't last very long, you've got to enjoy them while they're there. You're probably wondering, why did he get to do his superpower and I haven't been able to do mine? Well, your superpower charges based on two things. It charges whenever you deal damage, and it charges whenever you take damage. If you deal damage, it charges at half rate. So he got to do his before me, because he's taken a lot more damage than I have. This bar circle thing, I don't know what to call it, this hook in the top right. You see it says Day 4 Andy in the picture of my face. It is 99% filled with red. That is my CO bar. If I do 1 point of damage with anything, it's going to be filled. Observe. So now I get the value of half of 4 AAs added to it. Nell, I am explaining. She just wants the glory, this woman. She just... Go away. I'm explaining. Andy. Okay, Andy, you don't know how to use it, but I do. Trust me, I will teach you. It's fine. No. That is the correct answer, Andy. You tell her. We don't listen to this woman anymore. We are champions of our own destiny. Behold, the almighty jingle. So good. Now, all of my units have been healed for 2. If they were at 10 HP, they stayed at 10 HP. There is no healing beyond 10. And everyone starts to glow. Now, as Nell alluded to, you also gain a little bit of stats when you use your CO. It's 10%, if I'm not mistaken. You get 10% attack, 10% defense. Everyone gets that when they use their power. It might just be 10% defense. I'll check. But it's 10%. I know that. But you get a very small stat boost. And it only applies for 1 turn. It's while your units are glowing. And you'll see. And when I say 1 turn, I mean 1 full turn. So Olaf's units are still glowing. They're still benefiting. But as soon as Olaf starts his next turn, the snow will stop and his power will end. But my power will still be active. And then when it's my next turn, my small buff will end. Also, you can't charge your CO bar, which is the thing in the top right that goes around my name, whilst your CO power is active. So you'll notice it's completely empty. That is because it's currently in use this turn. And if you also notice my infantry couldn't move very far, that's because it's snowing. And we're not built for that kind of weather. Olaf is. That's Olaf's advantage. That's why he makes it snow. He's unaffected by it. It would be a very strange power if he made it snow and then it just crippled him. No, he's ready. He comes from Blue Moon. It's very cold over there. Now I am capturing this building for absolutely no purpose. Aha! It's mine now. Take that. So again, I should lose this fight because I'm going 9 against 10 of the same unit, but because I get first strike, I come out on top. And now we have this guy trapped. Am I going to shoot that? No, I'm not. Anti-air is not the weapon of choice against that tank. You know what? You fall back. Let's just kill everyone. Let's take our time. Let's secure our path. We're not in a rush. It's only a war. I'm only taking back my own territory from enemy that's invaded. It's no rush. Just take it easy. Bring up the artillery. And there we go. Olaf is actually going for some strategy here, so maybe I should explain. If you park one of your damaged units over a building you control, it can be your headquarters, it can be a city, which is what I captured up here. Up here. Of course, I'll demonstrate a bit more thoroughly. So this is a city that I captured. If I park a damaged unit on the city, then at the start of next turn it will heal for 2 hit points. That's how you repair in this game. You can also sit on your headquarters, which gives you... I mean, it's quite nice. It gives you more defense because it's your headquarters, it's well armored, but it's also very important to protect, so it's nice that it heals you. Also barracks and things like that, where you can deploy units from in the base stages. There's a whole economy system going on in this game, don't worry, we'll explain that later when it's relevant. It's not very relevant in this mission because we can't build units. But I'll explain how you earn money so that you can spend it on the units you want, etc, etc. That will all be coming up. Just want to check how far this tank can reach. Okay, that's perfect. Don't want to put my artillery in range unnecessarily. Here's the plan. We're going to have to rush in against this force. I have got his city, though. It's not of any use to me, but I've got it. And that will make him feel bad. And is that in range? That's in range. That's not great. But if I protect it with an artillery, covering it like that, you see, then even if this tank, which will be healed up to 9, does come and attack me, I'll just shell it. Get my revenge that way. That was a smart turn. I approve. You can play at your repairing game, old man. You keep repairing back there. Okay, I don't care about you. Fantastic. That is a very, very foolish move, Olaf. You are going to injure some of my infantry that don't matter in the slightest. And what's going to happen in response? You're going to lose your tank. Don't do what Olaf does. It's level 1, okay? The AI gets better. This isn't the level of competency. It does get improved. It deliberately plays badly because it's level 1. If he played well with his army, I don't think we'd win. He had more than we did. Substantially more than we did. Right, in we go. So this side is going to hit the rocket, so it doesn't pose much of a threat to anyone. We're probably going to lose that tank to the heavy tank, but that's alright. Medium tank, sorry. But that's alright. In the meantime, everyone else is just going to get up here. I'm actually going to put my artillery in danger, because I don't care if he attacks it. If he does come around here, if he goes and attacks my artillery, I'm just going to kill him with everything. That's fine. I don't need all these units, but I'm bringing them anyway. It's good practice. What's your plan then, Olaf? Let's see it. Attack the APC that doesn't fight back. This is what we're up against. This is what we lost our kingdom to. I knew his AI was bad, but I mean, that is something else. I feel like a commander just rolling dice would do better than this guy. He also put himself in artillery range. The guy's a moron. The guy's an idiot. Nell was struggling with this guy, so she hired me. Andy doesn't even know what's going on. Andy's a mechanic who's been drafted to the front lines for some reason. He's never seen war in his life. I'm the advisor. A rank 92 advisor at that. We're complete nobodies and we're crushing the enemy general. It's a world of misfits here in Advance Wars. But it's fantastic, trust me. Some history here, backstory. Nice one, Andy. Good guess. Solid. Andy, very pleased. Olaf, not so pleased. A rank. That's good. We take that. I'm not here to get S ranks, which is the highest rank. I'm here to win in block caps. I'm here to earn money. I'm here to get paid. Yes, we're not going to the shop. Don't worry about that. Nothing you can buy in the shop will affect the campaign. It's for additional plays, like skirmishes. And there's a few specific scenario maps you can buy and then play. But it doesn't affect the campaign, so we're not interested. What are we interested in? Attacking here. This flag against Grit. Now this is a real commander. Seriously, he's the best in the game, probably. We'll take him on in the next video. Hopefully you'll join me for that. And I shall. See you then.